Hello everyone, welcome to the last Natufian, and this is part 11. We're going back to the Vulture Stone today. As always, pillar rules. There are no people on the pillars, no places. They don't give away their secrets. Terrain is on the faces, rivers are on the edges, and we're going to deal with both of those today. So here we're back at the Vulture Stone. When I was looking over my past videos, I remember one where I said that, I've been staring at this pillar so long that if I could find a picture of the right side here, that would be Iraq, and the left side would be Israel. Well, I did find it, and here it was. Thank you, Klaus Schmidt. Rest in peace, my friend. You would have loved this video here today, too. You're going to love this. So, did find it here on the right side, right here. And the reason I said that is because when you look at this, here's the Euphrates River and where it drops off right here. If it were to keep going in here, on the side would be Iraq. And sure enough, here's the Tigris River and here's Baghdad. I did a video on that previously. And then on the left side here is Israel. Now this, this is, over here on the left side, I didn't do this video and I'm about to do this today. And it's wonderful. Okay, so what we have on the side of the pillar is, you see a square up here, right? A bug, or right here, a spider or a bug right here, and two lines, which represents a river. And then if you see the head of the snake, there is a square right there. So there's something going on here, and a relief, a big relief right here. So we've seen on previous videos, like with what we just saw with the Tigris and Baghdad, that a spider means multiple streams or rivers coming together. So we have a clue on that, and we also know where this is, right? I went ahead and enhanced it a little bit by adding some color here, by drawing it in. Here's the square, here's the spider on the river, here's the head of it, here's the relief. Now there is something up in here. I don't have enough detail, but if there is, I know where that is too. But anyway, a good map's easy to prove. So on the Vulture Stone, what they did is, for it to fit, they pivoted it. They pivoted this part here down, okay? And the reason they did that is because of the shape of their world. The Jordan River continues to go this way right here, right over into Egypt. And what they did is right here at the head of the vulture, they just pivoted into the desert here. They, not that they didn't have any need for this, but they know what's here. And they know once they got to the head of the vulture here, they're just going down the Jordan River, okay? And then, so for the pillar, they moved this in as well to make it fit. On cartoon maps, you can do that as long as you know the orientation, as long as as long as the people looking at it know what they're talking about or understand it. It can be pretty much in any shape. So that's what they did, and they pivoted it right here in the Hula Valley, okay? So everything on the side here is going to be right here. So when they pivoted it, they also pivoted the valley like this. So this is oriented north and south. This is north and south. And again, it would be like this. And this is used twice. This is a picture from a previous video, and for this area around the Euphrates. Okay. So for today though, everything we were talking about is right here. The Jordan River, as you can see, goes right here. The Jordan River is behind here. Here's behind the Dead Sea. Here's behind Amman here. It goes right here, right up through this shoulder here, into here, okay, is what we're going to be talking about. All right, so the Jordan River, as we said, comes through here, through the Sea of Galilee. There's the Jordan River, through the Dead Sea, through here. Now, this is what it looks like looking down on it. Looking from the side, though, this is what it looks like. Here's Mount Hermon, just dominates everything at, what is it, 9,200 feet, all the way down to the Dead Sea over here. Now, what's kind of important here to look at, this is only about 150 miles. So it's not a lot when considering geographically, on Earth, how far things are. It's actually small, right? So the Dead Sea, this line going straight across here, that is the Mediterranean Sea. That's the level of the Mediterranean Sea. So the Dead Sea, if we know, is beneath it. The depression of the whole Jordan Valley is beneath the Mediterranean. So is the Sea of Galilee right here. And also Lake Merom, or Lake Hula. All right, you see right here, Lake Hula. So this is a cartoon map of the same thing that we just saw. And it's got Jericho on here. And, but yeah, a lot of the Natufian and Kabaran sites will be around here. It's absolutely, they knew about all this. It's right here on the pillars. But anyway, I thought this is kind of shocking to some people to see the height that we're talking about. So here on Mount Hermon, whenever I would say, hey, the Vulture, just type in the Golan Heights, and if you just traced around the green, you would get the Vulture. You would see that. However, it did break one rule here, and that is that the Jordan River comes through here. The actual wing is over here. So I was using that as convenience, but now because we're talking about detail over here, we have to be very, how do you want to say it? It has to be accurate, right? So this was good for arguments purposes or just discussions purposes. But here is the wing. You can even see the feathers going that way, right? And then it comes across here. So that redrawn, that's what it looks like, okay? And on the edge of the pillar that's where the square is. It comes through the bug is through here, or the spider. The Jordan River, Lake Hula is right here. And then it continues on right down here as the Jordan River does, underneath the shadow of Mount Hermon. So, when you see this, let me bring up a map. Bring up a map and show you. Okay. And in terrain mode, there we go. Okay, so here is, like I said, when I bring up Golan Heights, matter of fact, I should have just done that. Watch, I just hit Golan Heights, and here it is, right here, the Golan Heights. It looks like the Vulture, right? But again, here is the wing right here. As far as the square, it's right up here. The spider are the streams right here. I'm zooming in. Here's Dan. Dan is up here, but right here, you see the streams? All of them coming together. And, can you see those right there? There you go. That would be in here. And then the Jordan River coming through the Hula Valley. Now, they moved the Jordan River. They show it here and made it straight, but they actually moved it. It, as you see here, it would come through the valley here. The old Hula Valley and marshland would be right here. And this part down here, the relief, is Mount Meram, right here with the heart. So they've kind of moved it over a little bit to make it fit, but it's the highest point in the land. It is phallic. Okay, you see the baggage at the end right here, above and below Mount Meram. Well, it's right here. Right here, above and below. All right, we'll look at that in just a minute. So that's how it all comes together. So drawing it in would be like this. Okay. The edge, again, the wing is right here. Adding it with the Vulture is right here. So there's the wing, there's adding it. I'm not the best artist, okay, but that's what's going on here on the edge of that pillar. This is the part that I missed, and it's a very, very cool part. It's very fertile in here. Okay, you got to see that. So when you go to, watch, satellite mode, even from 12,000 years ago, I mean, it's very fertile. They still just grow here. They don't even live here, right? They keep it open. It's very fertile where it was. This was all marshland. Look at that. And everywhere else you see, you know, people living and all that. But when you come up to, oops, where do we go? Sorry, you get my mistakes and all. Whoop. All right. Okay, so when you come up here to Ion Stream right here, look at it's that square part right here. It's also, nobody lives in here. It's just fertile, very fertile. So water's coming here, it's spring, so you've got water coming down and feeding into this the Hula Valley, okay? It's awesome, it's perfect as it's shown on the pillars, all right? So when we go to some old maps, going to old biblical maps and all that here, let me go to a terrain map, back to the terrain. I'm gonna do a fly through here. You're gonna see this in 3D. All right, so when we go back through here in Dan, here is Dan. Here's Dan right here. Let me zoom in. So where the square part is up here is Merj Ayun, and it's coming through this stream here. But you can see all the streams coming in. That's the spider right front, and Dan's part of that here too, ancient Dan. Then as you can see, Lake Hula. They show an old marshland and Lake Hula here. This is, and it's all in here, okay? So I'm going to show a couple more ancient maps. Here's one, the Phoenicians here, but they're just showing the rivers coming into the Lake Hula that would have been here. Again, they drained it. I'll show you that in a second. They drained it 70 years ago. Here's the Palestine according to its divisions. Here's the waters of Merom is what they would call it. And you can see the waters coming into and the lake would be the waters of Merom. It was actually marshland, right? Then here's another map of Palestine and the 12 tribes. And here you go up in here, the waters of Merom. Look at even head, looks like a head of a snake coming into here. Then, okay, then you've got Dan. You've got the Jordan River coming through here to Lake Hula. So this is another old map showing what it was, but there's this square marshland in here, all right? And here is what we're talking about. It says a belt of open water that comes all the way around this. This is an old map. It's called the Hula Morass. See that? So the lake is down here. I know I'm moving kind of fast. I don't know why. Lake of Hula is down here, and then above it was this marshland. Okay, and so that's what you have. You've got up here this square part here is very fertile. Then you've got the streams in here coming together in the Jordan River, and then filling this lake, and then continuing down, you've got in Mount Meron right here. All right, you see that when you compare it? Okay, now, getting back to the lake, what they did in 1949, now the lake itself, Hula Lake, would end right here where this Indy Park is, okay? And so above it would be everything that you're seeing right here, right up to here. This road right here is right up in here. Let me put it about the same. So that's what's gone. It was drained. And they did it before 1951, that's what it looked like. Okay, between 51 and 58, they drained it. And after 94, there you go. And I can line that up too. So this part is right here, this part is right here. So all of this would have been the marshland, okay? And this is what it, whoops, let me move it over, I'm sorry. And let's see this is what it looks like today. And there's Mount Hermon. Now this would have been all in here, okay, for a long time, for thousands of years. So if you were a hunter-gatherer, of course you would have wanted to harvest in here, right? At the right times of year when these migratory birds were coming in and out. You know, eggs, meat, yes, absolutely. That's easy. It should have been easy for them. Here's what the valley looks like with Mount Hermon. Again, it would have been filled with migratory birds. They're farming here now, but it would have been marshland. Here's a view of Mount Hermon from the other side, from the Golan Heights, from the Vulture side, okay, from the face of the Vulture. So you see Mount Hermon, it dominates the sky everywhere, so getting around wouldn't be hard for these people back then. As long as you could see Mount Hermon and some other points, you would know exactly where you were, where to hunt, and where to gather. So with that, that's everything on this pillar. That's everything on the Vulture Stone. The Tigris. Here's the Jordan River, follows all the rules. As we showed, this is the square up here. Here's the Jordan River comes through here. Here's Merom. We showed that in here. Now, one thing about Merom, they talk about it being long, kind of phallic with some baggage here. And if you look at this relief, I'm going to zoom in. Here's an old picture of it. Here's the Lake Hula, right? And here you go, the waters of Merom. It's very big and very kind of phallic like that, okay? And so there you go. That's the piece that I didn't do. If you're still with me, here's a special treat. I said I was going to do a 3D. If Google Earth's with us, here you go. So when you look at 3D to this area here, we come on in. We just talked about the mountains of Merom, right? Here's the mountain here. Oop, I'm gonna pin that. Don't want to do that. All right, here's Mount Merom right here. So this is what it looks like in 3D if you're down here. See, it's the tallest mountain in the land. Don't know why I lost Google Earth. Sorry guys, you're getting my accidents and everything. But here is Mount Merom. If I go above it, here's that structure, the baggage beneath it and above it, right? And it's got this valley in the middle, and that's also, there's a chisel mark on Mount Merom like that. And we'll look at that in a second before we go. Now, if we go back to the valley, let's cut into the valley. Here's the Jordan River right here. Here is the valley. So we go in. The Golan Heights are over here. Here is the wing, right? If we go up and then take a look at that real fast, we can see the wing. It's even got the feathers. All right. All right, sorry, I'm all over here. Here's the wing, as we said, on the left side. Then the feathers are going this way. Feathers are going that way. Come in and look. There you go. That's the wing. Comes around here. Here's the body. This is the part that we were missing today. Here's the Hula Lake. All right, we're coming through here. It's rectangular. They would know that. Here's Dan up in here. All right. Come up to the square. Now here's that square. Look at that. They're just growing right here. It's perfect. I'm going to turn around and go backwards. So when you come through here, there's Dardara land or whatever it's called right here, Dardara land. That's got still some things to see from the old times from up here. And there you go. There's the square. See it? That's awesome. So when you follow it through, you come to the stream where it drains into the Hula Valley, which is right here. Okay? And this is very famous when you come through here. There's a fall here. There's waterfalls all through here. Now, it's been this way for thousands of years. The Nehal Ayun is what they call it. But when you come through here, it's just falls, falls, falls. I don't have time to go through it all, but I'd love to have shown you a couple of them. But you can. Just take a look at them. So the Nehal Ayun comes through here, goes in here beneath Dan into the valley here, into the Hula Valley. Okay, so this would have been all marshland, would have been birds and wildlife, game, right? Here's the Jordan River right here. They moved it. I wonder if my hand blocked too much, but here's the Hula Nature Reserve, okay? And then it drains out. If we go through here, it drains out through into the Sea of Galilee. Here is the Jordan River into the Sea of Galilee. So as you can see, everything fits. I mean, they put this on a pillar. They put everything on a pillar so they could discuss it. They could discuss the game that was coming from here, the farming that was coming from this location, up in Göbekli Tepe. I mean, from this far away. So here we are. Here we are this far away. It's just mind-blowing. 12,000 years ago, right? Just absolutely mind-blowing. So that's everything on the pillar. This famous Vulture Stone, okay? We just talked about everything that's in here, everything on the side of this pillar. We've talked about everything that's on here. I'm looking forward to the next few videos so I can be a little subjective. The next one, though, that portal stone with the 2 holes in it, it's actually a map. It's one more map. It's not a pillar, however, it is a map, just a simple one of Sirach and Haran. I'm going to do that. I've got some other little things to clean up that I found. And then we can get a little subjective, okay? So please leave a like. Please leave a comment for me here. This video was one of my best. You wouldn't believe what it took to do this for me. I mean, all this thinking and research and all that just to make it look simple and easy. So I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Till the next one. Prost!